Okay, today I have the pleasure of interviewing like two of my favorite people and previous clients who have a wonderful vision. We were just having a good laugh about how well I can pronounce their names now. It only took me like half a year. So, welcome Keke and Khanyi.
Yay! Yay! Thanks, Cordelia.
So, yeah, we just want to talk today about a couple of things, but most importantly, collaborating as women in business and what it is that can draw us to each other and keep us working together. So I guess that's my first question for you. Like when you met, was it just like a match made in heaven? Like I've been waiting for you my whole life for this business partnership, or what happened?
I was working in a company. Long story short, I was just gaslighted for 5 years, and I was losing hope in humans, just in general. But I kept my spirit because I've been in a company. I've owned a company, and my partner was not the right person, my ex-husband. And I've always been looking to start a company that would feed my spirit, stands for what I believe in, and with somebody fabulous, because I realized doing it alone isn't fun. So there I was at work one day, being myself, loving it, and just every time I meet people, I'm like, this is what I want to do, this is what I want to believe in. And I met Khanyi one day, and I kept just reiterating, we must stand together. Women must do great things. We must carry each other. We must support each other, lift each other up. And then one day she goes, but this is what I stand for. So that's how we met, and we decided, okay, I think we should actually formalize this. And because other women need this, and we don't find women that support each other generally in life. Yeah. They just rather bring each other down. And then we just took it from there. So
yeah, I think from my side, just to add on that, Keke, I think you are so right in saying we connected because of the values that we have, both of us, and what we believe women should be doing. But also we realized that we've been coaching women, a lot of women before, right? So we thought, okay, let's formalize this. And I think what sparked the partnering, I think you don't remember this, you got a phone call, and I think the person you were talking to asked you, who are you with? You said, I'm with my business partner. And then when you got off the phone, I'm like, yes, that's who I am. I'm your business
partner.
Nice. That's how much I believed in us. So yeah, I already saw it. Like, I don't remember that.
Yeah. So it was like a match made in heaven. It's like you just knew that that's where you were in your life, and when you were ready, your soul called to the soul, and here you are.
Yes, yeah.
That's so beautiful, and I want to bottle that up and bring it to America, but we'll get to that more later. So tell me, what is it that you're calling your company?
Okay. Wow. Khanyi, do you want to go for this one?
Sure. Okay. I'll take a step at it, Keke. So our company is called Feminomics, and the reason why we settled on Feminomics, it's because we know that we are so driven, we are so passionate about building women and enabling them in their journey of life. But the nomics part of it stands for economics, so we shortened economics and then we just went with nomics because we believe that we want to create economics for women, but in the different aspects of life, right? Not just financially, but in terms of their well-being, in terms of their mental state, in terms of their flourishing in life generally. So yeah, I think in short, that's how we came up with the company Feminomics. Keke, I don't know if you want to add anything on that.
I do. Basically, what we're saying is we want to have a scientific way of measuring the improvement that we can have on your life should you decide to work with us, should you decide to partner with us. So we don't want it to be wishy-washy to say, I'll make your life better, or let me try some concept on you and see how it goes. We want to use proven methods that if we coach you, your life will be better than when we started off with. That's what the Feminomics generally stands for.
Okay, so I love that your focus is women, and I love that it's focus that you broaden the definition of the word economics here, really, right? It's so important that we recognize that part of our wealth and economy, right, starts with the ecosystem within ourselves, and that's what helps us generate actual monetary revenue. I love that.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I believe women have such potential, but they don't see it, and nobody can unlock it, and they don't realize it can be measured, and it can be that great. So, and they also see themselves as like a side, like I'm the helper of people's lives, or other people first, and I don't have value. So we want to say you are valuable. There is something amazing about you. There's a potential, and we can measure it. And we want you to realize that too about yourself.
Yeah, and just to add on that, on what you just said, Keke, the crucial thing is that when women do know that, sometimes we do realize that we have value, or once we realize that we have value, sometimes how to actually manifest that value into the world becomes a challenge. And that's where Feminomics would believe in saying, okay, we need each other as women to coach each other. We need each other to support each other so that then we can get to the next step or next level of our lives, because you cannot do it alone. So hence the collaboration. I think one of our key values is to say women need to collaborate. In silos, we cannot achieve a lot if we work on our own, but because we've got different skills and different gifts, when you combine those, then you become more in every sense of the way.
So I'm hearing you say that we, more than just collaborating, you really want us to, first of all, recognize, right, that we are experts in a certain area, and all those years that we've spent as caregivers of others, that is our resume, right? And now we need to, you're helping women to put value to their area of expertise and all the years of toil that they've had behind that. Is that right?
Yes,
that's correct.
Yeah. So, like, how do I hire you? Can you help me? I'm signing up. Like, this situation just switched, right? Because I used to coach you, and so now I'm like, can I work with you? And
that's why we're saying collaboration, because not one person knows everything. I might be good in one particular area, you might be good at another particular area. So we should cross-pollinate as much as we can as females, because what society teaches us is to be competitive, to subscribe to a norm that we didn't put the framework there, and you must just fit into somebody's ideal of who you are, what you are about, and where your life is going. So we just say no, actually, let's take a step back. Women are amazing. Women have gifts, and gifts are really, really important. And we should bring them out and share with other women and realize the value. Because if you see the value in another woman, then you also have the same gift, and you're able to, actually, she's using her nurturing skills. Now she's the CEO of some company. Why can't I use my nurturing skills just to nurture me, for example, to the next level, for example?
And in addition to that, Keke, for me, it's women complement each other, right? You just mentioned that every woman has got a gift, right? And it's interesting that sometimes we also look at our weaknesses and we look down on them. But in looking at our weaknesses, someone else's gift actually complements my weaknesses. And hence then the collaborative opportunities, because as soon as I know that I'm good at something and I love what I'm good at, but there's certain things that I would like to, I think, to improve on, but maybe I don't really want to improve on. I'd rather have another woman who actually enjoys doing that which I'm not good at, and who's good at that, right? I can actually work with that woman, and we can actually form a very strong team. So therefore, we complement each other in our strengths and weaknesses. So essentially, then we become more colorful.
And colorful is the right word here, because, you know, really that is what I say in my work, the power really is in the femininity, right? You touched on that earlier, Keke, where you were saying where we're taught, right, in the masculine corporate world to be competitive. But the strength, right, that we really bring to the economy is the colorfulness of our femininity, and the power in allowing us to blend and mold each other, you know, to be something much more beautiful. So tell me, what does that look like when people work with you?
Okay.
So you want to see as an example? I just told you my new idea. So how would you help me? And just for those who are watching, my new idea is that I want to have a traveling conference that goes around the world. And
that sounds beautiful.
Yeah. So
I think it's next on my list. I didn't copy your idea. I've always been I wanted to be a nomad. Khanyi will attest. So I just needed a job to go with the nomad title. So I might. Okay. So what we do is, first of all, we partnered up with a couple of different coaches. Right? There's a life coach, there is a financial specialist, there's a wellness specialist, and we want to partner up with more coaches. What we do is we host seminars, live events. We offer one-on-one personal coaching. We also do webinars, online webinars, although I think this is officially our first one, but we're on the journey of doing that. And we also we're about to offer emotional intelligence webinar this Saturday, for example. We've partnered up with a lady from Doha. What we do is we identify where women need more coaching, and we try to source that either from ourselves or with partner with other like-minded women to say we can package your offer. First, we'd advertise what you do and you're about, and then if people do like it, we can sign up a package deal for you, a one-on-one.
I'm sorry.
It's not a problem. We can also do group events. So it ranges, it varies.
Okay. So it sounds like for someone like me, if I wanted to create my conference in South Africa, you would find speakers, right, for me to fill up the conference on whatever theme we agreed upon, and then we would together, you know, get people to come, and then we would offer them additional resources, right? Because we always go to these conferences, they feel so good, and then it's like, what? Yeah, but then
we left I feel like you smoked something for a day and it's gone.
Yeah, it's a motivation.
Right. Yeah. A little jump start, and then it's like, all right, I'm all jumpy and nothing to do. But you guys have figured out the way to maintain whatever it is that you craft for the day, so that people can continue on with the coaches who speak and gain. And it looks like you also have like a community, right? Because then you offer other master classes with these webinars, like emotional intelligence. That's like a huge thing for women. We think that we, have mastered our emotional intelligence until life gets interesting, and then it's just like, where am I? What am I doing?
Space.
Way too familiar.
No, that's correct, Cordelia. So I think one of the things which we wanted to differentiate ourselves with versus the rest of what is offered, I think predominantly in South Africa, was to say, how do we support you in your journey? So we're not going to just have an event and then leave you there. we saying post the event, right? For example, the event that we had initially, we would have exercises, practical exercises that you go and do, and then we have follow-up emails to say, hey, how are you doing? We've marked this day. For example, if we've given you an exercise for a month, to say, write a letter to yourself, a month later, check it and see how you're doing. So we normally send follow-up emails to say, how are you doing since the event? Are you making progress? This is particularly to ensure that we do not just leave you motivated on the day and then off you go on yourself thereafter, and you dry and you fall flat again on your face. So yeah, I think we try and put interventions to make sure that we support you in your journey up to a point where you feel that actually I'm getting so much value from what I bought. I would actually like to take a higher purchase, for example, like a mastermind. You can actually join our mastermind because it runs for 6 months. Then you know there that you've got access to the coaches for the next 6 months, and it's a bi-weekly sessions that you hold, and we can support you and ensure that the transformation is actually measurable and you can see the value that you're getting from us.
Yeah, I love that. So these mastermind, so it goes for half the year. So
yes.
Is there a rolling basis where people can join anytime, or they have to start at the beginning?
We actually keep so with the one that we have started, we normally try and keep for continuity and make sure that you get exactly everything. We don't encourage people to start in between the mastermind, because we would have covered some of the material and now you cannot go back to that. So we encourage that we've got set groups that we start at a specific time, and we're going to end with those groups when we finish.
Okay. When does your next one start?
We haven't decided yet. It also depends on the availability of our coaches. So here's the nice thing about this. All these women have a 9 to 5, and we have to find work, a time around our work to do this. We have families, but we believe in what we do. So we do host some webinars in the evenings, on the weekends, and that type of thing. So let's just see first how the first one goes, and then we'll see we'll just reconvene after that. But
yeah.
we aim to have it running. It just depends on the success and if it's really a needed cause. Because what we find is you might decide this is a good thing to do, but if the clients are not ready for your service, then there's nothing much you can do.
This is so true.
We're hoping that after this first mastermind will get advertised, maybe hopefully by word of mouth. You should firstly see the impact it has in your life. If it has changed, and then maybe you might refer other people. Because what we've noticed is people would rather go drinking, go to a social, spend so much money, have excuses, until you're ready to say, I need a change. Because I was, like, for example, I was telling Khanyi, I thought I knew it all. I had a degree and I was a corporate woman and I was divorced and carrying on with my life. And when I turned 35, I realized I'm unhappy and tired and broke. I'm one paycheck away from being broke. So I had to sit and reassess what is really going on in my life? What's going on? I don't have a partner. I work like a slave. I never see my child. I don't have money. What is wrong? So for me, I can say I'm in a better place now because I took the time to step back and say, I've identified I need some emotional intelligence training to just keep good relationships. I need some financial training because I want to be rich by the time I'm 45 or 50. I want to retire from this. I need to make sure that I'm healthy for I don't know how many days in my life. Like I don't want to be 50 and being on sugar diabetes medication or something. I really want my health and I want my brain constantly engaged. I need to know what I can do to think happy thoughts, to feel like to just feel my presence. I'm present and I'm cognizant of the fact that I want to live a very good life. So I started getting online coaches, attending seminars and all that. Then I got to the realization that actually the thing that I was suffering with, a lot of people are suffering with. So we offer this in the hope that most people realize it could change their lives. But until they identify they have a problem,
They
we can
numb
only
themselves.
people
Yeah.
that have identified it.
Yeah. Like what you were saying in the beginning, they find excuses, right? So rather than addressing, the real problem, the depth of the problem, and what needs rewiring in their lives, in their brains, they'll numb themselves. They'll go for drinks. They'll spend time with friends.
They'll go shopping.
They'll work too much. What did you say?
They'll go shopping, retail therapy.
Yes.
Yes, that's the best one.
Right.
We're not player hating anyone. If you can afford retail therapy, it's fine. Just know why you're doing it.
Yeah, I think as you say that, Keke, my own story with retail therapy, when I actually nipped it on the bud that actually I'm numbing a pain. It was when I walked into a shop. I was about to walk into a shop, and I realized I actually don't want anything from the shops, but something sent me to the shops constantly, right? And at that moment, I asked myself, why am I here? What do I want from the shops? There must be something, there must be a void that I'm trying to fill. And I think that question is what made me to make a U-turn, because I went home straight and actually did soul searching. What is it that I'm trying to fill? There's a void clearly, because I keep on going to the shops, but I'm not looking for clothes. I've got all the clothes and all the shoes that I've bought now. I'm enough, but I'm still going there to actually look for what? And based on that question, it has made me to sit down and realize that actually I was searching for a higher purpose in life, but I was searching in wrong places, right? Because I want fulfillment. I want a life that is full of value, and I want to do bigger things rather than going to 8 to 5 job. But I was looking for that in wrong places. So yeah, I think a lot of women really need that enlightenment, but they are not aware of that, to say, hey, you are actually going for a drug of choice. I call it a drug of choice. So my drug of choice was shopping, and other people could be using other types of drugs to actually numb their pain. Yeah.
Yeah, mine was boyfriends and alcohol. So yeah, just saying. So
How crazy is this? Mine was, or is, it still is. I'm recovering, but my high quality chocolate and exercise.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh my, nice though, right? Oh, that's beautiful.
I think for me, the value in, I think until you realize you need help, you don't, if somebody's watching this and they don't think they have a problem, they'll just watch this video and go, what are these three women on about? I think the value comes when your life has purpose now. I think maybe just to recap a bit about myself, for example, like I said, I was always a high driven. I was driven. I was looking for something. I wanted to succeed in life and be a good person and do the right things. And I had high self-esteem, but somewhere I lost it. I injected other people's beliefs and values in myself. And then I was competing with other people saying, I need to drive that car. I need to live there. I need to look like this person. And I lost it. I lost the plot. I was very, very unhappy. And then I also did the drinking just to numb the pain because I wasn't sure what I was looking for. And when I was 35, I was absolutely depressed because, well, I didn't achieve not one of the plans I had, the goals. I was stuck in a dead-end job and I couldn't see beyond. I was really, really depressed. And when I started saying, I think I need help, but I don't know where and what and how, the people around me were not serving me because they're in competition with me. And they're waiting for me to gain weight or to get fired or to lose your boyfriend or something, or just to say I'm a drunk. It was not conducive. So I started away from negativity. I started looking for calmness, and then I realized, go into yourself, find out what's wrong. Then, for some odd reason, I discovered Dr. DiMartini, who was always there. If I drove past a lamppost, his advertisement was there. I started attending his classes, and I started discovering about Tony Robertson, and I actually had his book, Jim Rohn. I always had his book, but I didn't know what these people were on about. And that's when I decided, oh my God, let me just consume this material. And then my life, I started asking questions. Where am I going? What am I doing? Where am I going to end up? Do I want to? Because we go into a circle. We don't realize our lives are just one circle. If you don't break the circle because of the way you think you're doing better because now I've got a slightly bigger salary. I've moved to a better suburb. I've just, but the bottom line is you're not getting well. You're numbing the pain. You're redoing the mistakes. You need to step back and say, what can actually help my life? Where am I going? What is my purpose? So the coaching, even if it was online coaching via other people somewhere, really changed my life. I'm at peace. I know who I am. I can spread the love. Like I'm saying, I attracted Khanyi because I was ready. I was ready to share myself. I know my life's purpose. I want to make people happy. I want to cheer people's lives on and say, hey, you can do it. You're amazing. Stop looking towards the finance to define who you are, or the I'm married, or I live in this suburb, or what. Just, it's all in you. You are that person. You already are amazing. Just tap into your natural flow, your values, and unleash your potential, and just be who God intended you to be, and be happy, and you'll see your life transform. And that's what happened to me. So I believe in the coaching, I believe in the transformation, and I'm still transforming and evolving. I mean, Khanyi, for example, just in the short space I've met her, I have learned so much, and I grew, and I'm still growing. I've met Cordelia, I've learned so much, I'm growing, and I'm still growing. It's beautiful.
Yeah, I feel the same way, and everything you said, it really makes a lot of sense. I think we may have lost Kanye, so she may, yeah, that's what I thought. Join us shortly. But she what?
Let's hope she does join back.
Yeah.
Because I'm at work currently using the free Wi-Fi, so I've got connection.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, connection is an issue. So, but yeah, I want to just acknowledge you and appreciate you sharing more of your story. And I'm sure, like many women listening, can connect with that and definitely relate to that. And um, I want to presence how you chose to ask the appropriate questions, like the what and the who and all that, right? Because sometimes we go the wrong direction with the why, right? And the why is the negative circle. But the what, the open-ended questions allow us for discovery, and they allow us to recreate and restructure things. So especially with the who, you know, in my group, I do that who am I Wednesday, and that just came up because, like,
Wow.
yeah, like for real, you're right, we're constantly evolving. So, you know,
Yeah.
the who I was last Wednesday isn't the who I am this Wednesday, and it's like so
It
crazy.
is so true. It is
I'm
so
like,
true.
really, who am I? So, and not in a discovery curious kind of way. And I want to also point out, you know, as adults, right? We think that when we're adults, that we don't need to be curious. We don't need to discover. We're just going to get that job and tick off those
Yes.
boxes, right? And then it's, and we're good. And
Yeah.
that's where our heart dies. Yeah.
Amen to that. Especially when you do things that have no value to you, but you're just doing that because it's a means to an end. You have to pay the rent. It eats away at your soul, and you become hollow one day, and you wonder, how did I get here?
Yeah.
So it's so not right.
So I see that I don't think we said this in the beginning, but you ladies are in South Africa. So
Yeah.
do you, is that your focus? I know that you have a mastermind. Is it a global mastermind, or is it just local to South Africa?
I think for now it's South African because of our search engine. I mean, we do it on Facebook, but you know, when you send out the event and you advertise it, I think the algorithm throws you that you only advertise to South African people. But we do want to be global. That's why we're partnering with people like you and like Achana in Doha, and we want to meet other women in Africa and globally. We don't want to, because what we stand for and what we're saying, it's a global phenomena. It's not a South African phenomena. And I believe that different continents are at a different rate of evolving, I think. And if you just keep it local, then we'll always have a local story. We have our own challenges in South Africa, still a very patriarchal country. It's also full of racism, and women had to suffer. Women had to fight this backwards mentality to say you belong in the kitchen, so on and so forth. And we're not currently, most of us are not even participating in the economy. We're still treated like little kids where we're told what to do, how to wear, what to act, and what to say. So when you interact with other women from other parts of the world, you realize they've overcome some of the challenges you're dealing with. They're dealing with different ones than maybe you can help them with. So we want to really cross-pollinate and get the best version of women out there. We want to become, women must rise. The world is changing. Men are changing. Women must change too. And we deserve our rightful place at the table.
So you're out for a global impact, and definitely you make me think of another friend of mine who lives in Switzerland. She has an organization called African Women's Economic Entrepreneurial Forum, AWIF.
Wow.
Yeah.
I want to meet her.
Yeah, I'm gonna connect you with Lillian. She's such a lovely soul. She, I guess because she's in Europe, I'm able to see her lives more regularly. Did I lose light with you now? So
no,
okay.
returns.
Okay, so it's motion detected. Nice.
No, it's, everybody has left, so the building is getting darker.
Okay.
It's like almost 6 p.m. in South Africa now.
Okay.
Going home, yeah. But we can carry on.
Okay, good. Yeah, so when I listen to you, and although our struggles are different in America, and I'm sure in Switzerland and Doha, but still women, here we're not getting paid what our male counterparts get paid in corporate, and there's still quite a bit of racism, for all the whatever it is that they want to call it, the political correctness, but there's quite a bit of racism and definitely sexism, so and these things these are the things that people don't recognize take an emotional toll on people, but coming from a perspective of looking at women as a wholeness, right, as opposed to looking at this woman's polka dot, that one's striped, you know what I mean, and just seeing women as women, then we don't have the self anymore, we just have the humanness. And hopefully, with that, we can impact a different trajectory. And, we will, as women, instead of wanting to be competitive, we'll collaborate more, because we'll see that at the end of the day, without women, there's no humanity, right?
Exactly. Amen. Well, I think I must say, recently I think last week we elected a new president in South Africa. And there was this radical group trying to lobby for the presidency. And for the first time they were very sexist. And then this time around, they said we need to include women in every decision we make in the economy and in the cabinet and so on and so forth. I was gobsmacked. I think somebody changed their mind, or maybe the UN. I don't know.
What's happening right now?
But I definitely feel that the narrative is changing for the world, for the whole world, and women have to be a part of it. And everyone is realizing, and I don't want to be left behind. I want to be at the forefront of this movement. I feel it's great. I know that the impacts are going to be amazing because women are so inclusive. We'll involve the men and the kids. We'll take everyone on our journey. We have to be empowered. We cannot not participate economically, politically, socially. We cannot hide in the corner and act pretty. It's gone. We have to take our stand, but first we have to understand ourselves because we're so emotional. Some of us are driven by things that are external to us, like they need to be getting married and having kids and putting everyone first before us, which is not a bad thing sometimes, but we have to do it in the context that I'm equally important. I matter. If I decide I don't want to have kids right now, I shouldn't be forced or made to feel ashamed. If I want to spend my money on me and buy me a house and not consider other people's feelings, it should be okay. It shouldn't be you are a selfish woman. If I want to grow myself personally and put myself first in any decision, it should be okay. You shouldn't be labeled or to be belittled or to be made to feel like you're not a player in life. Because when men do it, I'm not saying I'm comparing myself to men. We're not competing with men. We love men. But when we do it, we should not be made to feel like it is wrong.
Yes, absolutely. Well, I very sad that we lost Kanye, because I know that she would have something really beautiful.
I was hoping, yeah, no, I was hoping she'd sign in. So I'm not sure where she is. I wish she could sign in.
Yeah, I know that connection is not easy there. So, and since she's coming in from home, that makes a big difference too. Well,
Okay.
we've
And I must say, on the last note from my side, because of your teachings, we now have a website that we are designing this week.
yes, I'm so happy.
Yes. Yes, I should mention Cordelia is amazing. She's an amazing business coach. Our business is on social media because of Cordelia, and we're growing. We keep going back to the training sessions, and we keep going, oh, we missed this. Let's try this. We missed that. Let's try this. And then the wealth of knowledge you provided us is priceless. So we are designing our website so people can find us on feminomics.co.za. But this week we're designing it, so hopefully it will be live. So we've secured a domain and we found a cheap one on some site called Daddy something, Daddy Deals, I think. It is awesome. Because on Antra didn't work for South Africans. It just kept, yeah.
Okay, but you should have access to HostGator, I'm thinking, because no?
No. No. Maybe if we do it, it wasn't economically making sense. I mean, this one that I found, I paid 10 rands for the whole year, which is like $1 for
Nice.
to have a domain name and to host and to do everything for 12 months, $1.
Okay, beautiful. That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. I must say, when I was young, and my grandma used to say, "Don't talk back. Be a lady. Just know your place. Keep quiet. Wash and clean." And even at 5 years, I was like, I'm not cleaning, I'm not cooking. I want to go play with the boys and read my books. I wasn't going to be like the boys. I just knew who I was. And I'm happy that my father stood up for me and said, leave the child to be. And now I'm the woman I know I was meant to be. I just want to say to all women, it's okay. Don't label yourself. Don't put yourself in a corner. Come out, whatever you are. I like dressing like boys. I'm not gay or anything like that. I like to keep my hair natural. I'd like to be myself. Be more of yourself. Be authentic. Find out what you like. Don't do like things because other people like them, like you. And attend coaching sessions and collaborate with other women and find out who you are and just let more of you shine. So I'm the person I am because somebody encouraged me to be, and I love it.
And if you don't have someone to encourage you, then I encourage you to connect with Keke and Khanyi right now on Facebook and on Instagram at Feminomics. That's yeah.
So it's the website is feminomics.co.za, but on Facebook and Instagram it's Feminomics.
It's just Feminomics. Okay.
With a hyphen after the Femi.
Yeah. Right, that's right. Femi-nomics. So I'll be putting the links with this interview, and so that you can connect with them directly. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Cordelia. This is awesome. Thank you for the encouragement and the love you show to us. We really appreciate it. And I think your spirit, sometimes when we're feeling low, when we're cocooning or we're not sure, you just remember how you're handling it like a boss. We're gonna do what Cordelia does. Whether we're not sure of the journey we're on sometimes, but Cordelia makes it look so well, we'll do that. So thank you for encouraging us and coaching us. We really appreciate it, and the fruits of your labor is really taking shape here.
My pleasure. And just watching you ladies do so well it's encouraged me and inspired me to do different and more.
Yeah. No, thank you. Thank you, and enjoy your day. It's evening here.
Yes.
Go home and cook for my baby now.
Okay.
Good night.
Good night.